Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. Sexual market value is the dating currency. If you as a man have an abundance of this currency, you can exchange it for an abundance of currency with a woman. This is the most primitive concept of the dating market. The more value you have, the more choice you have in a mate. This concept is identical to your finances. The more money you have, the more things that you can buy. Your value is determined by what the opposite sex desires from you as part of their mating strategy. This is an important differentiation to make, because it differs greatly between the two sexes. A woman's short-term mating strategy is that she will give her reproductive ability to the man with the best genetic potential. As a woman ages, she will favour a long-term sexual strategy of seeking security for her and any potential offspring. A man's only mating strategy is to mate with healthy, young, vibrant and attractive women who can survive a full pregnancy term. Men of all ages mate select to this criterion. However, most men are never able to exercise this strategy and must look to alternative means to solve their reproductive problem. The alternate strategies are limitless, but the most common one is to cater to a woman's long-term strategy of parental investment. Because of the asymmetry between the sexes, sexual market value is different in men and women, and it changes differently with age. Here is a graph of the sexual market value and how it changes over age for both sexes. Your own sexual market value may not reflect the number as it depends on your ability to satisfy the sexual strategy of the opposite sex. It could be higher or lower, but your own sexual market value will follow the trend of the average sexual market value line of your gender. Male sexual market value is proportional to a man's ability to ensure survival of his offspring, which is closely tied with his ability to provide resources. For males, the sexual market value is very low in the late teens and 20s, but it starts climbing as a man gathers resources, generally around 30. This continues to climb until a male hits about 36, the average earning peak. Generally, his sexual market value is closely tied to his financial, social, and intellectual status. The more money a man has, the higher his sexual market value. The more intellect he has, the higher his sexual market value. The more social status he has, the higher his sexual market value. If other males highly respect a man, this ultimately increases his value because women are attracted to men who are admired by other men. Women are attracted to men who other men look to for leadership. Women will also be drawn to men who other women find attractive. They are desirable because someone else finds them desirable. People always gather around those who have already attracted interest. Humans want what other people want. Interacting with women, even if you aren't interested in them, will raise your sexual market value. Leverage this to your advantage. An interesting analysis of the graph is that men occupy more area under the curve than women. This means that over a lifetime, men have the better end of the deal in this regard. If you are young, it is easy to be discouraged, but know that around 30, the graph crosses over and you will have access to women you never had access to before. Women burn twice as hot, but men burn 3 times as long. Be patient. If you are a young man in the market for a mate, you better understand your sexual market value and how it fluctuates over time, and use it to your advantage. If you are smart, rather than spend your 20s dating and exchanging your currency for low-value women, spend your time improving your value by building capital. You must improve your financial, social, and intellectual status in order to have access to your choice of the highest quality women when you are looking to settle down. Female sexual market value is proportional to a woman's ability to reproduce healthy offspring, which is very closely tied to looks. Youth, fertility, health, and absence of sexual experience are all lucrative qualities that men find attractive in women. A woman's sexual market value rises steeply as she comes of age, remaining very high until her mid-20s, by which time it declines until about 30, where it tends to fall off a cliff. By analysing a woman's sexual market value curve, we gain a better understanding of their behaviour as they progress through their 20s. For women around 18 to 20, they enter what Rollo Tomassi calls the break phase, where women realise the power of their sexuality and they seek to break off their current relationship. It will often manifest as breaking up with their high school boyfriend and trading up to an older university or college man in their 3rd or 4th year of tertiary education. If the woman is an 8 or above and puts herself in the right environment, she may secure an opportunity with a millionaire. Note the imbalance of your value at this age when compared to a woman's. The large discrepancy is the reason for her trading up. Understand this so that you can mentally prepare for the worst and understand what influences women to do so. Another interesting point on the curve is when a woman becomes conscious of her waning sexual market value. This epiphany phase usually occurs around 28, but can vary depending on how well she has taken care of her looks and how self-aware she is of her own sexual market value. Women generally don't see this coming because they have no foresight to think long term. Most of the time, by 30, a woman can no longer exchange their currency with a mate on the same level that they used to in their mid-20s. They are forced to discover that their value is in freefall, such that they are experiencing rejection by men who a few years ago were lining up to date them. This is often labelled as hitting the wall, stopped in their tracks by men the same age who are chasing after women who are in their early 20s. In the years leading up to this age, the decline becomes more apparent. Women panic because they realise they can't compete with the new crop of 18 to 23-year-olds coming into their peak years. All women adopt the attitude of, "I've had my fun and I'm ready to settle down," or something like, "Where have all the good men gone?" Translated to plain English, this means, I have ridden the cock carousel all through my 20s, and due to my inability to attract the high-value men that I used to be able to, in conjunction with my reproductive urges, I need to cash out now and attach myself to the highest value man I can find before I decline any further. We can see behaviours from women that subconsciously reflect this understanding. They begin actively pursuing men rather than letting men come to them as they did in their peak years. Their communication will change into a more direct form. They will begin to engage in intense job interview style first dates, in which they ask questions to evaluate your ability to fulfill your masculine responsibility of providing for her while she produces your offspring. These women will rush the dating phase to get a man to commit fast or move on to minimise further decline. Women at this age will prey on men their own age who are unaware of their future value. Men who are 30 are beginning to get attention from women their age for the first time in years. Men encountering this attraction will often convince themselves that it's genuine and organic, but rather it's an attraction born out of necessity. The frame and future of any relationship built on this foundation is compromised from the very beginning. What will eventually happen in these relationships is that you will begin to be the target of her resentment. She resents you because you are not the man that she could have locked down just a few years earlier. You weren't her first choice. Single mothers face the same issues as women approaching the wall. A woman's sexual market value halves the moment that they have a child. This is because high-value males do not want to raise another man's offspring. If you are young, beware of single mothers for the same reason. Again, you will be the target of their resentment. The period in your 20s is a tumultuous time for both sexes. A lot of up and downs are occurring, and although it's brief, decisions made here will affect how the rest of your life turns out. I strongly urge all men out there to not make any major life decisions until they are in their 30s, where they have the highest sexual market value. Why would you use your low sexual market value currency to make a trade when if you hold off a little longer you will have more capital to trade with? If only the stock market were this predictable, everyone would be rich. If you're in your 20s, know that you aren't yet at your peak sexual market value. Attention will come in droves in the coming years. Be aware of this and do not take your first option. Be aware of dating a woman who is around 28 years old and settling. Women's long-term security and provisioning potential depends on a man never fully coming into awareness of his true sexual market value until after a woman can consolidate on his commitment to her. Rollo, Tomassi. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 5, I'll be talking about the next pandemic, diabetes. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.